What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and we are finally returning to Kika's adventures as she writes about Amuro as we cover Mobile Suit Gundam Pulitzer. Last time, Kika met with Yu Kajima. She then ran into Bicha, Mondo, and L, who are now junkers. And, they are looking for Amuro's Gundam. Meanwhile, Beltorchica is working with Bosch Weller. This time, Kika heads to Sweetwater and meets a few people that had a run-in with Amuro. We learn that Amuro was a spy, and not a very good one, and someone is spying on L and the Junkers. So let's get into this. After meeting with L and the others, Kika decided to join the Junkers on their journey to finding Amuro's Gundam. They will begin this journey in 1 month. She departs with the Junkers for now. Kika still has a few places she would like to visit before then. One of those places is Sweetwater. She meets with James Stronger, aka Jim. He comes from Mobile Suit Gundam High Streamer, which we really need to cover. He is a Sweetwater government official. Jim says that his boss was against this interview, but he thought it was a great idea. Horse harness, I assume? He says if she is writing about Amuro, surely she is writing about Char's rebellion. Sweetwater embraced Zeon, and even under Federation control, there is still some friction within the colony. Even before Char and Zeon, this colony harbored anti-Federation sentiment. Back then, Londo Bell was sent to handle an incident at Sweetwater. Jim was the representative that went to speak to Londo Bell's ship, the Razaim. We flash back to Jim talking to Captain Macius and Amuro. Even though we haven't covered High Streamer, we have seen Amuro and the Razaim crew transport Minerva in Moon Gundam. He is mad that the Federation is infiltrating their colony, and the Federation is mad that the colony would allow anti-Federation mobile suits to exist in the first place. Jim comes up with a solution that involves sealing the hatches to the industrial area, allowing no heavy mobile suits into the colony. Londo Bell can then handle their business outside of the colony. Jim just now realizes that he is talking to the Amuro. Amuro gets close and tells Jim that the Federation is short on men, and they rely on people like him. He too finds their methods quite pathetic. Jim realized that Amuro's feelings, along with his humble position within Londo Bell, put him in a unique position. He isn't just a mobile suit pilot, he is a spy. Their desperation to find Zeon has put him and Londo Bell in this unique position. If you are following along in Moon Gundam, it isn't just him. Saphira, the Theta Plus pilot, also functions as a mobile suit and spy hybrid within Londo Bell. Kika wonders why Amuro would go so far to get his hands on Char. They're in a car traveling through Sweetwater when Jim suggests that they take a detour. He says that this place was once a place where anti-Federation movements began and will be of value to her. He reminds her that not all anti-Federation movements are illegal, and people still gather and protest for space rights. They head into a bar where Jim asks the barkeep if they could tell Kika about the time Amuro came into this bar. Jim thinks that what happened here needs to be heard by the people. He seems to either really be pushing the truth to come out or desperately trying to control a narrative. The barkeep says that he doesn't gossip about his customers, but he will tell them a rumor he heard. It was raining the night a man walked into the bar. He could tell that this person wasn't from around here. The man said that his name was Haito Kohashi. Kika goes, "Wait, do you mean Hayato Kobayashi?" The bartender goes, "Yeah, that was it." He mentioned that he was an engineer from Side 1 and how he wanted to reform Zeon. He was definitely acting as a spy, trying to draw out Zeon. The bartender put him into contact with Egum, who happened to be at the bar that day. Egum were the ones that caused Londo Bell to take action in Sweetwater. We have seen remnants of Egum in late UC, but at this time they had strong ties with Char. Remember, Egum are former AUG members that didn't want to reintegrate back into the Federation. The bartender says that Amuro may have been an ace pilot, but he was a second-rate spy. He was immediately recognized and taken capture alongside a woman. They threatened her to get mobile suit data from him. I assume this woman is Beltorchica. That was all he heard, but those Egum guys never ended up coming back. He says that walking into enemy territory unprotected is abnormal. This isn't tactical. This is obsessive. There are rumors that Char's rebellion was all just for Char to settle his score with Amuro. It seemed that Amuro felt the same way. He then rudely tells them to get out of his bar. The two fought in the 1-year war, and then fought over Lala's death. Then they would both die during Char's rebellion. But between that, the two worked together to try to change the world. However, because of the Federation's desire to never change, it caused the two to be drawn back into war. She says if they are two sides of the same coin, and both of them are gone, then something is missing. There may be a third side she is not seeing. It has been a few days since Kika arrived at Sweetwater. Since then, she has made her rounds with many people. One person she interviewed was a Neo-Zeon soldier who agreed to do the interview if he could remain anonymous. He says he was a mobile suit pilot for an M-class cruiser, I assume Masaka class. She wonders if he saw Amuro on the battlefield. His mission was to protect Fifth Luna as it dropped onto Federation HQ. Londo Bell came in and attacked the pulse engines, pushing the asteroid to Earth. That is when the Ragazian Wave Rider mode comes in and shoots down his wingman. It was Amuro. Their defensive line is breached. He wanted to chase the mobile suit, but his commander told him not to. He said that there was a cyber new type waiting to attack. This is stupid bitch-ass Gune. It wasn't until later that he learned that this was Amuro Ray that he met on the battlefield. He was a grunt. He wasn't trying to get involved with the glory of ace pilots. But he says that others were more arrogant. Like many men, when they see someone like Amuro being the best of the best, some will inevitably go, I could beat him up. The cyber new type even resorted to taking a hostage. You remember that time Gune shook Kyra like a salt shaker? Neo-Zeon was formed under illegal circumstances, so they aren't too concerned about breaking rules of war. They weren't actually an army. They were technically just a giant PMC. He refers to Char as Char Daikun. Kika never heard him referred to as Char Daikun, with the exception of the people on this colony. He tells her of a song sung on this colony called Char's Fighting for Our Prayers. This is the song you hear in Char's counterattack. You ever hear that dub version? So out of tune. People prayed to him like a god, and many were hoping he would be the savior of the colony. But that never happened. Kika could tell he no longer believes in him. It is clear that he truly believes Char had ulterior motives. Otherwise, he would have just been a leader. He wouldn't have been a pilot. It always comes back to Char getting in the pilot seat, an action of pure ego. Perhaps Char could have been the great leader the Spacenoids thought he was, if it weren't for his hang-ups on a girl. At the final battle, when Amuro tried to push Axis with his mobile suit, he, like many others, felt compelled to help. The man and his squad moved in. Amuro tells them to stay back. He says that if they could help save the Earth, it is worth a try. We don't know this man's name, but we do know he is this person in Char's counterattack.
Get back! Relax, we all want to save the Earth. Sure worth a try.
He's the it's worth a try guy. You remember him, right? Yeah, me neither. Usually this manga does a good job at integrating its Easter eggs and references, but this was a little too Disney Star Wars for my taste. Where's the It's Worth a Try guy Gyaradoga GUNPLA exclusive? The man and many others are swept away, and the rest is history. He mentions the green aurora that was the Axis shock. He says he has to keep talking about it to remind people it was real. You mentioned the aurora to Kika as well. So did Bosch. She wonders if she could go beyond the aurora to see Amuro. That's the subtitle of this manga. Meanwhile, Kai makes his way to Side 1. At Shangri-La, the kids are eating pizza. Bicha wonders where they are with the cargo ship. As they go over the contract, Elle is upset by the high price. Bicha didn't bother haggling and just took what was given to him. They hear a loud noise and go outside to investigate. It is Kai. They wonder why he is going through their trash. He says that there is a guy out front watching them, so he tried to come around the back. He came to warn them about rivals with their eyes on them. He knows about their plan to search for Amuro's Gundam, but Kika would never give away the details. Kai figured it out on his own because these people who are following him knows. He throws down a picture of Amuro Ray's new Gundam. It isn't a transformable mobile suit, and the design is quite simple, but it does have a Psycho move. It got a last-minute change and improved performance. This is the Psycho frame. Bicha can't keep up, and Elle tells him to shut up. Yeah, shut up, Bicha. He tells them how the Federation told Anaheim Electronics to shut down all Psycho frame mobile suits. However, it seems even now, they are trying to use this technology for their mobile suits once again. This is referring to Unicorn. The people who are after Amuro's old Gundam are now none other than Luo and Co., who want to get their hands on Psycho frame tech. Do they not know about Char's Sazabi on the remains of Axis? I guess they gotta save that for Arlette and Twilight Axis, but still. He knows they are going regardless of the danger, so they might as well know of the competition. Bicha, who was confused this whole time, is now excited that there is this competition. God, I hate you so much, Bicha. And that will do it for this episode. Kika's visit to Sweetwater in many ways mirrored Amuro's visit. She was able to get some intel, but something seemed off, and the welcoming party seemed quite fake. As Psychoframe technology is still only in the hands of Anaheim Electronics, it is apparent that so many people want to get their hands on it. I just hope they actually write a reason for not going to see Sazabi. Or maybe they did and I missed it. We are all caught up once again in this manga, so it will be a while till we return to this. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember, you probably shouldn't be a spy if you are the biggest hero of the 1 Year War. Peace.